spirit of back to school and it being September, I thought I'd share my school story in secondary school. I think in America it's called high school. Not too sure, but I was really inspired by the videos that I saw. I was inspired especially by Chanel Boateng's one about her experience and how it just really resonated with me because my experience was extremely similar. You know, sometimes when you just feel like you're the only person that is going through something and, you know, you just wonder, but then when you hear like your similar story, it's like, wow, you're just blown away, like, okay. And I know it sounds silly because we all have similar experiences as humans, but it just really brings things into perspective for you. So this is definitely to encourage any young people in secondary school, university, college, wherever you are, whatever stage you are in life, even if you're a mature student, stay focused. It's not worth it getting distracted. And yeah, I'll just share my testimony and my story with you, and I hope you enjoy it. It's day 2 of the week with me video, so stay tuned. I really hope you're enjoying this week with me, and I'm really enjoying just being as creative as I can and filming lots of stuff for you. Rewind to when I was like 14, 15 years old. I had a group of like reasonably good friends, I would say. Like, we weren't perfect, but we were going in the right direction. They were brought up in a Christian home, so they were good influences for me, and I really did enjoy their company. Now, I think it's when you get to year 9, the school kind of mixes up, so you get to spend time with people from the other side of the school. Kind of hard to explain, and oh, I went to an all-girls school, by the way. Hard to explain, but yeah, we mixed with the other group in the same year as us, and we made friends, and we kind of just mixed together. And I met a particular girl that was very troubled. People didn't actually like her. I think she had spread things about people over the years, and all of a sudden she had no friends. So she came over to us, and these people that didn't like her used to come and warn me, because especially me, she latched onto, and we kind of got along. And I'm someone that's I've always been very friendly and very open to making friends. In secondary school, I was described as being clingy because I really enjoy people's company. And I guess I didn't know how to let go. So people would just be put off by me and just describe me as clingy and annoying because I was friendly like that and I was really into people. And I still have a heart for people as well. But I guess because of those experiences, and you know, when you're like when your behavior is spoken about negatively, sometimes as a young person, you tend to not want to be seen like that anymore. So you just change as an adult. So like, I have a heart for people now, and it's because I like preaching to people. I like making disciples. I like loving on people, and I like showing people that actually Jesus loves you. And I try to do that by loving them and being kind to people. So let's rewind. So yeah, I was quite like naive, as I would explain, and my mum knew that, and my parents always used to warn me, like, stop hanging around with this girl is jealous of you. And when they said that, I was like, jealous of what? Like, are you serious? Jealous of me? Like, what do I have that's so good that she has to be jealous of? So I didn't actually believe anyone. I didn't listen to anyone. The people at my school used to tell me, look, she's talking about you. She said just now that, oh, I've started hanging around with those any girls, and she was referring to my group of friends that I just began talking about. She started hanging around with us, but then when she went behind our back, she would just say mean things about us. So one day I came to school, and the group of friends I was telling you about, that we were quite good friends, none of them were talking to me. I went to school one day and I said hi, and absolutely none of them were talking to me, and I was just like, I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. I was just so shocked, and I was thinking, wow. The only person that spoke to me was the girl that no one liked. She's the only one that came and spoke to me, but she seemed quite happy about something about her body language, just seemed quite happy about the situation. Then later on, I found out that she went around and told each and every one of them that I said something about her. Now, we used to talk about people together, and she would say certain things and I would laugh along with her. But she made it sound as if I said all these things about these people, and basically I had no friends. So I had to start from scratch. I was pretty much begging friends with certain people. I would go around and sit with people that didn't necessarily want to be my friend, and they wouldn't really be happy that I was there, but they would entertain me. But I could tell that, you know, they were talking about me, and, you know, I would say, like, particularly got involved in a bad crowd. I made friends with people that I shouldn't have made it past hello with if I had still kept my same friendship group. ended up bunking school, ended up experimenting with things that we shouldn't have done, losing our virginities, drinking, smoking, doing things that you're not really supposed to be doing at a young age when we're supposed to be focusing on our GCSEs. I was constantly getting in trouble. And I had family issues at home as well. So I'll kind of use the whole friend thing as a outlet for me to kind of feel like I can relate to someone. And I just took things out of control. I would constantly get in trouble, and my mum was just so fed up with it. And my parents were just like, my mum and dad were just like, what are you doing? You really need to fix up, I would get phone calls home, letters sent home, things like that. And there was this one particular day where this girl that turned all my previous friends against me, she ran away from home and she came to my house because she wanted to use my phone and just tell me about the situation. And then she told me that night she was going to go out to like a club. She wanted to go raving. And I said, I want to come. And these times I was only 14. So from that day, I used to sneak out from my house, sneak out from my window, and actually just go with this girl and then go with these older guys and go to the club. That's what we used to do. And I did that for about maybe up until I was 15, 16. So from 14 and 15, 16. And then I got caught by my parents. I got beats. And there was a time where I got beats one night and I still went out and still did the same thing. I used to hang out with this particular guy. I really feel like he was like, I don't know, he was protecting me because he wanted a relationship with me. Mind you, there was this pedophile behavior going on where older guys would just prey on us younger girls. But in particular, I don't know, he wanted a relationship with me, but I was just like, no, I was very selective with who I got with. And so he took it like that, and he would take me out in his car and we'll go to different clubs. He will buy me drinks. He'll take me home and make sure I got back safely. It was kind of crazy at the time and very ironic that I'm doing something bad, but there's someone actually looking out for me. As time went on, the friendship with that particular girl, I basically just stopped talking to her. There was one particular day where the whole school, the whole year group were talking. I think there was an argument that broke out and they were talking about her, and I was involved talking about her too. And people around were just like, well, we told you that you shouldn't be hanging out with her. Look at the result. I can't remember the specific conversation that we were all having, but she basically came after me. Her mum was driving the car and I was walking home, and then she basically took it out on me and just started attacking me and hit me, threw all my books all over the ground, and I was near my house. And there was a few witnesses and my mum wanted to take it further, but she didn't she did take it further, but the witnesses were too afraid to say anything. So in the end, it just all blew over. And then I decided to get revenge by organizing with my so-called bad group of friends to attack after we did our exams. And we basically intimidated her. I was just standing there, but they kind of were trying to get at her and get her back and all that and make her feel, apparently when she was going away she was crying or something like that, and she actually had to do her exams in a secluded area because the whole year group were against her. And I'm not condoning any of this, I'm just telling you where I've come from and just trying to inspire you guys and just letting you know a bit more about me. I really feel like that time, secondary school time, I think it's a big part of one's life. 5 years, it kind of shapes you, it forms you, and you just learn so much. And I was so glad I went to a multicultural school because I learned so much about different cultures. But one of the main things that I draw upon is that I learned so much about myself. It shaped me who I am and who I still am now. Certain life experiences I've been through and the way I am now, it's kind of shaped me. So what I would say that I took from that is that I didn't trust people and I find it hard to trust people now. I think I have trust issues, actually. I know it's not wise to trust anyone 100%, but we have to get to a stage where we trust people because at the end of the day, we can't just be paranoid all the time or just wondering what's going on. Because of what I've experienced where I try to make friends and then people would just constantly try and bring me down, talk about me, laugh at me, call me clingy, just because I was trying to be friendly. Even up till now, sometimes I'm talking to people and it's I can't really trust them, or I'm thinking something negative and it's or someone explained, said I'm looking at her I think she's going to do something, not attack me, but just I'm just suspicious. And I guess being a probation officer doesn't help because you're constantly suspicious of people. But I just pray that, God will take me to a place where I just let go of certain thoughts, because I've forgiven all these people that have hurt me in the past. I've definitely forgiven them. And like a few years after the incident, that particular girl, sometimes I would see her and then I'll just give her looks, like we'll just keep staring each other down. But it got to a point where I just said, you know what, like, you're a Christian, you actually need to forgive people. So I got to that stage. But in all that, I just learned that you just have to be focused, because yeah, I got my GCSEs and they weren't so great, but they weren't so bad either. But I could have done so much better if I had focused in secondary school. And I did go on to college and go on to uni and then do my master's degree, and I became, I would say, successful in Christ, because at the end of the day, God has a plan for all our lives. And if I didn't have certain life experiences, maybe I wouldn't have been able to work with people that actually go out and commit crimes. So I'm very humbled for what I've been through. But at the same time, I just want to encourage you today, like, not to focus on friends too much. You may be going through something at home, you may be experiencing difficulty in your life, you may be having insecurity, but just don't look to people for approval. Don't look to people to like you or to accept you, because that's what I did. And trust me, it didn't get me anywhere. It just got me in lots of mix-up situations. So, I mean, I'm glad that actually I kind of see it as I took the cross for that. Like, I carried my cross, and that was my cross to carry. And in partly raising my siblings, I made sure that they were focused, and I still drum it into them that they have to stay focused. And I'm glad for my sisters, because they're twins, they have each other. So they never really need to worry about who's liking them and this. They always go to school together, they look after each other, and that's amazing. And I'm really glad that they didn't have the life experiences that I had. As far as I know, they stayed focused, they did really well, and I'm really proud to say that I was part of that, to just make sure that they were on the right path. I've got a younger brother as well, and we're all trying to drum it into him that, you know, this is the opportunity you have. You will only be able to have this time once, do your GCSEs once. And I know it's quite hard actually with distractions, because like you're all young, you're all immature, you're all in an environment where you're together, you're friends, you know. So, but you know, we put so much emphasis on friends, and it's all understandable when we're at school. But as you go through life, you go to college, you go to university, you see that when you leave, like, these people, like, it's not convenient for them to be your friend anymore. So it's like you're no longer friends anymore. And it's crazy, but you know, I don't know. There's a Bible verse that said that a true friend sticks closer than a brother. Like, a true friend will stick by you no matter what. Like, you won't have to question. But yeah, even now, I don't really have that many friends. And, you know, sometimes, like, I feel like women can be really dangerous, like girls/women can be really dangerous sometimes. And that's why it's important to work on the inside out and work on our hearts. And we can only do that through Jesus, because I don't know, like, the amount of, sometimes people can be really jealous of you, and you yourself, you're humble, you're there in your corner, like, yeah, what am I doing? That's so great. But it doesn't have to be material things. It could be peace that you have about you. It could be your family background. It could be so many things that they could be hating on or jealous of. And I don't know, it's just about really encouraging people, complimenting people, and uplifting people, and just to let them know that, like, you don't think that you're better than anyone. Do you know what I mean? But women can be very, yeah, they can be very catty, and because of those kind of life experiences, I got along better with males, and I would just have all these male friends that I would hang out with. But after that as well, I had to cut some people off, because when I became saved, I was like, I need to stay focused. And even now, I would say I have more male friends than female friends, and I love people, but I've just found that, like, you have to be around the right females, because I'm a woman myself. I know how I can be. So, you know, you need to have the right balance. You need to be around positive females, and I see that we find it hard to support each other, uplift each other. But if your heart is in the right place, then you'll be able to cultivate friendships and, you know, get along with people. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you took something great out of this video. I love you guys, and share your stories below, your school stories. How did it go for you? Bye.